And welcome back to another video. Today we have something special.
Well, we're continuing with the casual videos, just to say.
Yeah.
We're still in casual mode here, but yes, something special. It's going to be us playing.
Yes, us playing, commenting on our own decks. Tonight we have Shops versus Reanimator.
Yeah, I'll be on Reanimator, and Anthony is going to be on the workshop deck. So we'll try to give some insight as to what's going on here. So I actually just recently posted this picture to the Mischief Night group, which is like a dedicated Reanimator old school group.
Yeah, on Facebook. Yeah,
it's heavily inspired by the guy who made the group, Mark Ivaldi's list. He found, or at least it's the first person that I saw using Rasputin, which like when it's in play, it's a 7 mana, I think 4/1, but it enters with 7 counters on it, and you can remove the counters to add a colorless mana or prevent damage being dealt to him. So he kind of like protects himself and also ramps you like crazy, right? Like you can play him and then play a Triskelion for free, just like right off of him. It's kind of nuts. You can Brain Geyser for a crazy amount, which Marcus mentioned in the chat in the group that he's done like numerous times for 11 or whatever. So that's crazy. The only thing I do want to mention really quickly, which he again also pointed out, was the mana base is a bit wonky with the Shivan Dragons. Like it should probably be a Mahamoki Jin or just change the drops to mountains. So I just was a little brain fart oversight when I was building the deck, because he plays Birds of Paradise in the Sinbad slot. So the green is relevant for his Birds of Paradises, where I'm playing my like a long time cherished Sinbad Library of Lang Bizarre Baghdad.
Yeah, Library of Lang being your pet card.
Yeah, pet card for sure. But I think it's actually just like a crucial part of the Reanimator deck. It's not seen in almost, I mean, people play it on their sideboards, but I don't build this deck without putting 3 to 4 Bazaars on the table, and then Library of Lang. It's like literally in the first 5 cards I put on the table. The synergy with Bazaars is insane. Sinbad also gets value off of it, because anything that you discard, you can choose whether to put it in the graveyard or on top of your deck. And
exactly.
Yeah, that's whether you're doing the discarding or even your opponent. So it does have a bonus side effect of protecting you versus Hypnotic Specters and Hypnotora and stuff like that.
And you could set up pretty well too with Sinbad, so you could kind of fix your...
Yeah. So like, especially if you have Bazaar in play, right? Like you draw 2 with Bazaar, discard 3, put lands on top with the Lang, and then the Sinbad will draw you into the land. So there's a little bit of a value deck with the Reanimator package going on.
Yeah, and this deck here is actually... I initially saw a deck posted quite similar. Richard Bork had a deck posted plus or minus 4 or 5 cards. So this basically is just absolutely phenomenal to play. You got your burn spells, you got super aggressive with the Juggernauts, Triskelion, Suchis. I mean,
the copy artifact. Right?
Copy artifacts. It's just like so good. I love it. It's I've been playing Will Milgram's Shops deck for quite some time, so I want to try something new. I added Chain Lightning instead of Falling Star, which what Rich had in his deck. I think he had a Side Blast as well. I decided to go a little more, but keep it simple. Chain Lightning, deal 3 damage.
Yeah. It's conducive to the aggressive nature of what I'm seeing here. So.
Yeah, it's just super aggressive because you got your draw 7 spells. You already, just with the burn spells, you're dealing 21 damage. Then you got your Triskelions, super aggressive with the creatures. Just, threat after threat. And every card seems to be doing something, according to the game plan. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's always like crazy how just Icy Manipulator fits. Like you have Mercer's Workshop, and I think you can just put Icy Manipulator. I think you just have to do.
Yeah, it's like kind of like you're saying your Bazaar. You always put your Library playing. For me, it's just like I think it's like Workshop, Triskelion, Icy,
and then
is like the base of your Shops deck, and then you could kind of go from there.
There are some people who don't play Triskelion, but those are like the more prison.
Yeah, prison style,
like a burn aggro. Now you could argue for Tog maybe instead of Chain Lightning, like you know what I mean? Like is that
Atog? Well, Atog would be good too, but it kind of goes against the plan with the sideboard with the Abysses.
Yeah.
Well,
you can board them out, but whatever. Yeah. But Brain Geyser on the side. What are you boarding it in?
Well, against the deck, like if you're playing against the deck, you're going like long, a little bit longer.
Yeah. So, I guess also just quickly, good to note that this is a 1-strip format, and because it's casual, we are just doing best of 1 games. So there's no sideboarding in these matches.
Yeah, we're not really doing any sideboarding games, but yeah.
Yes. Also, just quickly to note, my screen may look a little bit fishbowl, but that's just because we recorded I was recording my screen when we made this video, and then we rotated the images a little bit to make it like, so it's a bit of a fishbowl, but it's okay. Like, you can still see the cards, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, this was just something it wasn't even really planned, and then we just decided to post it for everyone to enjoy.
Also, I'm gonna say well, I don't know necessarily spoiler alert, but I'm always very excited when I draw 7 with the reanimator deck. It is always fun, like despite the frustrations that occur sometimes, it is always fun. But my god, versus the deck, versus Counterburn, and versus shops in particular, it is a miserable experience. It is a miserable time.
Your palms get a little sweaty?
Yeah, well, the cards get sweaty. The palms of the cards get sweaty. Alright, so yeah, I remember, I think I started with a strip. I don't remember if I had the Bazaar in my hand or not. I think I just wanted to, like, if you had to strip mine too, take my strip. Whereas I need my colors and I need my Bazaar, so I just wanted to, and I didn't have any explosive turn 1 play. And also the way that the deck is built these days is that you're not really trying to turbo out the All Hallows Eve. You are playing a bit of a slower game, so you can kind of afford to go a bit slower. But yeah, demonic. Now, so I demonic for Library of Leng a lot of times. Now, I don't know if I do that here, but because I think if I don't remember in my hand, I believe I had a Fat Boy and I had an Animate Dead. So here I didn't need the protection of the Leng, I think, because I could just Bazaar the Shivan into the graveyard or whatever it was and then animate it right away. So I think here I either demonic for the Animate Dead or the Bazaar to get my next turn rolling, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then on your end step, I Ancestral because I saw you were tapped out, so I was like...
Yeah, well, and also because Ancestral is a good card to cast.
It's always good to draw 3 cards, right? Exactly.
So it's a pretty powerful game that's already, right? Like Demonic and Ancestral Workshop, like we're seeing a pretty good thing.
So for me, it was just like, I saw you had the strip, but I was just like, threat on board, let's get the
well, the 5 damage is a 4-turn clock, right?
Yeah, so now it's like really putting pressure on you to kind of... really have to kind of respect the Juggernaut. Even though it could get bolted, which always feels bad, or shattered, it still forces the opponent to react.
Like in a vacuum perfect world or whatever, Suchi is 5 turns. This is 4 turns. Now I think Suchi is obviously the better card, but just considering perfect world, nothing in your way, Juggernaut is a whole turn quicker, which is relevant.
The only downside to like the Suchi if you're playing Atlantic is that if you don't have a Mishra's Factory to dump the mana into, you take mana burn. So there's also that to consider.
Yeah, okay, so there's a Bazaar, when you tap 4, when I'm playing against you, or just workshops in general, and you tap 4, the thing I don't want to see, first of all, is Icy when I'm playing Reanimator, obviously. And the next thing in your deck in particular is actually the Juggernaut. I would have been much happier seeing Suchi here than Juggernaut because I think I had Shivan Dragon in my hand, and that just dies if it blocks your Juggernaut.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't die about blocking your...
so there you go. You play the Animate Dead for the Shivan.
Yeah. So I mean, like, the thing is, like, I'm feeling so good right now, but then it just, like, I don't know, things just get so out of control when I'm playing this deck versus shops that it's just, like, it never works out for me.
Well, it's, I've played shops where I just draw, like, almost nothing. You're just not really doing all that much sometimes. So I think, and I've played against your shop deck in the past where you're just absolutely like crushing it, and like turn 3 you have 2 enemy deads and like 3 creatures on board. So,
well, I mean the Reanimator deck you followed up with, I forgot that's what happened. You followed up with the Chaos Orb.
Chaos Orb.
That feels bad, right? Like, because this is also another thing, right? When you don't have Library of Leng, you dump so many resources into getting an animated Fat Boy, and if they just have the answer to it, you're stuck with 2 cards, 1 card in your hand, plus Bazaar. Like, you get to know cards really quickly. Oh, and the Chaos and the Copy Artifacts. So, always... so that's what I mean. Like, this deck is just like threat after threat after threat. You're just like having to really... Yeah, see, like, you're playing 1 card and you're dealing with essentially 3 cards because, like, I gotta discard multiple cards, play another card to bring back 1, then you kill it, they all die, and then you have another Chaos Orb. It just feels really difficult for the Reanimator deck to keep up,
And the thing is, when I played Will Milgram's version of this deck, he has City in the bottom main, so had I been playing his version, that would have, like, right off the bat probably have killed, like, your City of Brass and your Bazaar.
Okay, so I did have a nice answer for you here. You decided to tap out instead of orbing the dragon, which is either right or wrong, I'm not really sure, but it gave me the chance to at least get 6 damage in. And I had a nice trusty time walk there to take a second turn, so I mean, like, it's good, but geez, I mean...
Yeah, you did 4 damage with the Shivan Dragon.
Yeah, plus I think I pumped it for 1.
Yeah, and then I took 1 damage from the mana burn, because I used the workshop to cast the Chaos Orb.
So then I missed the damage from you then, because I pumped it, I'm pretty sure, with the City of Brass. So you should have taken 5 from the dragon, plus your 1 mana burn. So I must have missed the mana burn on the turn prior, perhaps?
Yeah.
I'm controlling.
That's the thing, like, even, like, we've noticed mistakes, people playing, and even us just playing casually, we make, you know...
Just forget to click on the life total or something.
Yeah. So... Now taking your time walk turn. Taking another damage.
3. What could I play for 3? Did I time twister here? See,
that would seem kind of...
Me hitting the table there makes me seem like I'm about to do something that I'm not excited about, but we'll see. Oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune, yeah. I guess I must not have had much in my... Well, like the thing is, there's the All Hallows Eve.
Icy.
There's no
Suchi,
other creatures in the...
Bolt, City of Brass, and Wheel. Yeah, so you got,
I mean, I hit good cards from you, but I'm just refilling you, and I'm like... I don't know, we'll see. Because I discarded a Trike, I think, and the All Hallows Eve, which is questionable. Definitely questionable. Maybe I just didn't want to... Because I didn't have any creatures in the graveyard, so I don't know.
I think maybe you just want to fill your graveyard a little bit more, hoping to draw into another All Hallows Eve. You're playing 2 in a deck, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
That's definitely a questionable Wheel of Fortune. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Probably wrong. But it does fuel the Bazaar. It gives me a chance to, like, dump more stuff.
Well, I mean, like, when you're looking at the video now, it kind of gives you time to reflect, so when you play the deck next time, you could say, based on X previous, experience, maybe this wasn't the best move, so...
Yeah. Am I not attacking with the dragon? That seems wrong. Like, you can just easily orbit. I don't know why I didn't just attack you. Like, you orbit and get through anyways, so I'm never blocking. So yeah, maybe, okay, that's me saying oopsies. Okay. Oh, and I took an extra damage off by accident.
Yeah,
I did -5. It balanced out, but geez, like, it's not good, right? Like, that's not good.
So, playing the Lotus.
Oh, you copied the Juggernaut. You copied the Juggernaut. Okay.
And then I played
and then you followed up with Respect. Like I said, I was like, okay, even if I didn't discard the All Hallows Eve, so like, maybe I did it because it seemed too slow. You had Juggernauts in play, like, it just seemed too slow. So even if it wasn't, and I kept it in my hand, like, how was I beating that? Like, there was no chance, like, right? Like, you
couldn't cast a Triskelion. Yeah, you didn't have enough mana.
You have the orb for the Shivan. You got 10 damage on board, and then Triskelion too. Like, which even if you don't just ping to kill, is still a 4/4 that then pings for 3 more. So it's like 7 damage. Anyways, it just seems like almost unbeatable. I mean, again, we aren't playing sideboards, so like, who knows, right? That's where the real games happen there, of course. Yeah. But still, just to say, like, yeah. Hurts to have like an almost 0% chance in game 1. You want to at least be able to compete.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always, like, no matter what deck you build, there's always gonna be another deck that's out there.
Yeah.
And you just feel like your deck is doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's how many times I'm playing my shop's deck and you have your Twitter Volts, and then, like, if I don't do something by turn 2, you're just off to the races,
So draw.
Yes. Yes, we're talking about Twitter Volt again for the person who made the comment last time.
Well, it might have been Max. I don't know if he was joking or not in the group chat, but...
yeah. Regardless.
Yeah.
Every video will comment about Twitter Volt, so...
Yeah, Twitter Volt is the way of life.
Alright, so we're going on to game 2. Now...
Mulligan. So okay, already it's a difficult matchup, but then when you have to Mulligan 2, it's just my boy, oh boy. The first iteration of that reanimator deck had Dark Rituals and stuff, so it was just like, you were trying to just Dark Ritual, like an All Hallows Eve with a Bazaar, and then you just, start discarding right away with All Hallows Eve being resolved right away.
Did you feel that was maybe a little bit more, performing a little better?
It was more like, it did the thing better, like it did the thing better, right? To reanimate all your creatures better, but it didn't do the consistency over longer games versus a multitude of other decks, kind of, right? Like these versions that people have developed since Benoit and I, like, made our Turbo Pumpkin, as he and we used to call it. have developed it so that it could just live longer, last longer, be a little bit more consistent in terms of just not like comboing 100% and having nothing else. So they're probably better today than that version.
So looks like we're early game. We're not doing much. Just line drops. Taking one.
I was probably afraid to mulligan down to 5, but maybe I should. Like I don't know. But then again, same thing, right? Like you dump your whole hand. You mulligan to 5, you get Bizarre. Imagine you get like Land, Mox, Bizarre, Animate Dead, and a Fat Boy. It's like your whole hand is gone for that one creature that you animated, and then if you Chaos Orbit or Icy Manipulator, right, it's like now what am I doing, right? That's why at least with Library of Leng, when you get to 0 cards, and you tap Bizarre to draw, if you have no cards in your hand, Bizarre plus Library of Leng is like a Surveil 2, which is a modern term for basically look at the top 2 cards of your library, put any of them in your graveyard and any on top, so you can basically pick what you draw every turn. It's like really
exactly,
great.
yeah. Okay. I kind of really like those 2 card combination things, the Leng and the Bizarre. So I demonicked. I probably demonicked for the Ancestral. Knowing me,
it's like
seems like the common thing to do, but depending, I'm not sure what I had in my hand. If I had some kind of game plan where I felt like it's possible. Sometimes I'll get like I need a workshop, I need this, I need that. But
maybe you got strip mine
based off the fact that I have no mana ramp right now. I have no mana rocks, no Lotus.
Yeah. See, these are the kind of games that I love playing Twiddlevolt versus.
Yes, I know.
On the shop.
But if I know you're playing Twiddlevolt game 2, I'm much more aggressive on the mulligan because I have no choice but to. Yeah. I need to have like a turn 1 Shops Lotus Juggernaut copy. Like I need to put you on a clock immediately. Where
this is sorry, just to say is like
so Ancestral. Where like playing your deck, the Reanimator, I feel like I have a few more turns where you cannot like lock me out of not getting a turn anymore. Like I know the board's gonna come back to me. The worst you could do is like maybe Time Walk. So
it's just also if you think about it, like for you to get a 4/4 or a 5/5 in play is 1 to 2 cards. For me to get a 4/4 or 5/5 in play, it's 3 to 4 or 5 cards. It's just like it just seems like it's an uphill battle this matchup.
So I'm just like slowly building my board state right now. Just kind of.
I think I'm going way too slow for this matchup. It's just I really didn't want to go to 5 cards. But nothing's happened.
But sometimes I've mulliganed to 5 and you just perform like so well.
Yeah.
You just get the right cards that you need at that particular time, and you just do stupid well. So taking a Time Walk.
Just trying to build the resources, I guess. Build the resources and, I don't know, figure out what to do versus what's most likely going to be another 5 damage on board next turn.
Yeah. So you're at this point you have a 4-turn clock, maybe even 3. So you got the Chaos Sword.
So like if you're going slowly, like, and I have the library, it does make the game feel a little bit more fair. And then I have the orb to keep pace with your one threat. So now it's just like what I have to avoid you doing is playing threat or icy copy or like your own Chaos Orb with another threat. Like if you do 2 things and I'm only over there doing 1 thing, it
kind of makes the game a little unbalanced.
The hill turns into a mountain kind of thing. Okay, I choose not to blow up your guy. Maybe I have too much PTSD for copy artifact. So I just took 5 or maybe Icy Manipulator 2 is more of a threat. So like if I want to see what you're gonna do before I, maybe the 5 damage is just okay to take.
So try playing a Triskelion at this point. So now I'm putting like
Stripperoo on the library, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you had 7 cards or 6 cards in hand at that point.
Yeah, the library was active for sure.
Yeah, so it was like I couldn't get you to fill your library, your graveyard, because it was just going to be too much. Because I figured it was only a matter of time before you play an enemy dead. So and it could also work on my side where if you orb the Juggernaut and you animate dead my Juggernaut, then
sure. Oh yeah, that's actually something I should consider more often is animating your stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I could kill your Trike and then animate it to kill your Juggernaut. That's pretty good.
See, like you Bizarred, so Deep Spawn, Shivan Dragon, and see, there you go.
Yeah, I think the Deep Spawn is just the biggest booty. It won't die to a Juggernaut trait. Of course, Trike will.
Yeah, we'll
See, I
ping
think
it.
I think I should have orbed the Trike in my end step so that I could block your Suchi without worrying. Oh no, I can give the
You mean the
the
Juggernaut?
Deep Spawn. I can give it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I can give the Deep Spawn Shroud, I guess. But no, but then again, you can still kill it in response. Yeah, okay. Copy Artifact is so. God damn it. I think I hit your Trike, obviously, yeah? You shoot me? Or did you shoot the Deep Spawn?
I think I shot the Deep Spawn because I knew I had no choice but to attack.
Yeah.
So it was forcing you to...
But see what I mean, though? That's why I think I should have just used the Chaos Orb on my turn, because either way, you're still copying something.
I think maybe the right thing to have done was do 1 to the Deep Spawn, 2 to you, because if I attack with my Juggernaut, it would kill your Deep Spawn.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Sometimes there's too many copy artifacts in play.
That's why I love shops, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of aggressive. It's very demoralizing sometimes playing it
At
against
that
shops.
point, you're just like, damn it.
I actually find it's more demoralizing to play against shops than the deck.
Then I chain you for 3? Or I chain the... Oh, that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So what did I do with the Triskelion?
Yeah, you put the Trike into the D-Spawn and then you chain the Trike.
Yeah, but then I attacked with the Juggernaut, so it would have killed it.
Oh, so then...
Maybe I didn't bother doing 3 damage, which is probably a mistake on my part.
Or we just missed the life counters again.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so I mean, that's like... If that feels good, at least. I can block a Juggernaut. I'll only go to 10, you'd lose 1. I don't know how many cards you have in your hand at this point, though, because if you still have 3 or 4 cards, like... I kill your Juggernaut and you just play another one or another Icy or something. Because these are...
I think I had another burn spell, so I didn't feel too worried. Mm-hmm. Because I'm still swinging for 5 damage.
Another Triskelion.
Yeah, another Triskelion.
It's just bomb after bomb. And look at
That's why this deck is so...
Can you at least respect the art? Jeez, put the dice on the text.
I know it bothers you so much, that's why I do it.
So rude.
It's like so rude. And then I specifically just put it, right in the middle.
Right in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did block a Juggernaut and then you traded. I could have given it Shroud twice. Maybe I should have done that. Like some decent mistakes happening, right? Like you don't think you're making the mistakes, and then
That's why it's always good sometimes to watch yourself play, because you're like, oh my god, why didn't I do this? And then it kind of gives you that reflection.
Yeah.
Next time to just be a little bit better. Okay, so you discarded 2 Triskelions.
Yeah, just All Hallows Eve. Maybe you boarded out in this matchup. It just seems like it's too slow. I don't know. Like it's like 3 turns, right? You play it, and then it's like 2 more turns, and then you have to wait another turn to attack. Meanwhile, you've got 3 Juggernauts in play, back-to-back Triskelions. Maybe All Hallows Eve is just too slow.
But that artwork is so great, though.
Yeah.
I mean...
The Great Pumpkin.
Yes. So, you're down to 7. Yeah, I think this is like your last turn, eh?
Yeah, I'm probably just hoping against all odds here. For what? I don't even know. Balance? Do I have a balance? Is that what this is? Yeah. Yeah. But still, you shoot me, put me to 4, you have a factory in play.
Yeah.
I'm trying over here, but
Yeah, so I shoot 2 to you.
Do I take the damage?
Yeah, you took the damage. You went down to 4. So you decide to get rid of your Bazaar.
Yeah, I already have like 12 million things in the graveyard. Okay, like this looks good, right? It looks good, but you're a bolt deck with chain, so
Yeah.
Like maybe this is I've just reestablished a potential control against most shop lists, but with 8 bolts or 7 bolts.
Yeah. Like I said, just those 7 cards is 21 damage.
Yeah, another Triskelion? For crying out loud. Oh yeah, and then you have a Train Lightning? Yeah, okay, so it's just...
Yeah, Lightning Bolt and 3 to the face.
This just seems like a worst case scenario kind of matchup. So, maybe I'm over here being like, blah, 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 uphill this, uphill that, but like this just seemed like you just had, it was just perfect. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seemed perfect.
Well, I mean, you have like 12 creatures. They're like, 12 creatures right off the bat. Then you have 4 copies. Then you have 7 burn spells.
Yeah.
Then 2 draw 7 spells. 1 ancestral. So, like, you know, it's just trying to get through the deck really quick.
And that's me, I think, taking out a new deck, being like, I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you, but hey,
we'll see. You never know.
You know what? There's gonna be another video of casual, or maybe you get to have the tables turned.
Turn those tables around.
Turn those tables.
Yeah, but anyways, ultimately speaking, I think, like I was saying, like Reanimator is really fun to play. I would encourage people to try it. Don't get discouraged by bad matchups, but yeah, so like shops, counterburn, and the deck might turn you off of playing Reanimator, but it's really fun when you actually get to draw with the card, draw 7 and play it.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, this deck performed really well as we saw in the video. So
Yeah,
you know,
I know whatever. I mean, the chops is just consistent as all hell. When you add those pulls, it just makes it so much scarier. So
yeah.
Anywho,
All right, thanks everyone
see
for
you in the
watching.
next one.
Yep.